Hello everyone and welcome back to Art with Abby. So today we are going to be creating this fantastic paper plate underwater scene. So I've done a paper plate and I've left the edge so it looks like we're in a submarine looking through. If you haven't got a paper plate you could use a card or paper. So we will also need paper to draw your animals on. You'll need scissors and you'll need some glue, a pencil and some felt tip pens or crayons. So enjoy creating your scene. So the first thing you've got to do is colour the middle of the circle in blue. So if you have got any materials or blue paper, you could do a collage as well. But I've just stuck to colouring mine in with a felt tip pen. I've left the edge here so that it looks like I can imagine that I'm in a submarine and I'm looking out under the sea, or I'm in one of the boats where you can go at the bottom and they have the looking glass windows where you can see all out to sea. So that's the idea of leaving the white. So it's like we're looking through a submarine window. So I'll show you it here. So you're just colouring in the centre. That's the first step. We're going to decide what things we want to put in our sea picture. So I'm going to draw a few different bits and you can pick and choose which ones you want to use. So the first thing I'm going to do is just simply draw some oval and circle shapes, and they are for pebbles at the bottom of the sea. You can always add more later once you start sticking them on. I'm also going to do some coral. So I'm just going to do a bit of a rock with the coral. So to do the coral, you're just going in and out like that. And then just keep doing the same thing till you've got all the coral you want. And if you want to do some at the back, you can just kind of add bits as you go. It's up to you how you do it. So I'm just going to add another one here, but I don't need to worry about the other bit because it's behind it. So I've got some coral. I'm also going to draw, so I'm just going to go up and then back down for some seaweed. At the bottom of the ocean. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm also going to add a starfish. So a star, if you're just going to do a star shape, like so. I've done the edges of the starfish quite curved though. And if you want, you can draw a face on your starfish. Also going to draw some shells. So a shell is a bit of a curved line and then bring it around. Like that, so we've got a nice shell. I might do another one of those. So it's your curved line, they can be tricky. Bring it around, sort of like a semicircle, and then add some lines like that. So there we go, we've got our coral, our seaweed, our pebbles, our starfish and some shells. So if you want to do more shells, you can do more shells. If you want to do more seaweed, it's completely up to you. It's your underwater sea picture. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to draw is a fish. So for a fish, I'm going to go do a circular shape and bring it around and do the triangle for the tail. I'm going to do some bumps for the fins and then just keep going back for the scales, sorry, not the fins, to create that scaly effect. I might add another fin here. Smiley face, give the fish some lips. There we have it. So if you want to do more fish, you could do lots and lots of different fish. The next animal is going to be a little bit tricky. So I will do it over here, and I'm going to draw a seahorse. So if we follow the steps, it shouldn't be too hard. So the first thing I'm going to do is a bit of a circular head, but not quite join it up. And then I'm going to bring it out like that and do a bit of a circle on the end. I'm going to bring the belly out here like that and then twist it round. Try not to hit the shell. Come a little bit closer to the shell, but that's okay. I can cut it out and then bring it round. And I'm going to add like a triangular shape here, like so. And then we're just going to add some detail on the belly, like that. And then add some stripes down. Do an eye. And then add some more detail around the head. Just do lots of triangles all the way down for our seahorse. There we go. Now I've made the mistake of coming very close to the shell, but I can cut that out. Didn't give myself enough room. Next animal is going to be a jellyfish. So jellyfish can sting. I'm just going to do a big curved line. And then I'm going to do a bumpy line. And I'm going to add a little bit of detail, so some long sausage shapes and some circles. And then this looks like seaweed actually coming from the bottom of it. And there we have it. So we've got a fish, a jellyfish, a seahorse, some shells, some starfish, pebbles, coral and some seaweed. So if you want to add any extra fish, you could do another fish, you could do another jellyfish, you could do another seahorse. It's completely up to you when you come to put your picture together. So the next step is going to be colouring them in. Colour them in and then we'll be ready to cut and stick. Okay, so enjoy colouring them in and make sure you come back for the final bit. Okay, so now we've coloured them in, looking very colourful. I think when we add them to our paper plate ocean, they're going to make it look fantastic. Before we do the cutting out though, I am going to tell you some fun facts that I have found out about some of the animals. So I have found out that a jellyfish actually has no brain, no heart, no bones or eyes. That's cool. I've also found out that starfish can be really, really heavy. So they might look very small, but they can be quite heavy. I found out that seahorses, I like this one, prefer to swim in pairs with their tails linked together. And then it got me thinking when I was doing this, I now thought, I wonder how many fish there actually are in the ocean. So I found out that there are 4.5 trillion fish. So there are loads. Okay, now you've done your colouring, we're ready to cut out and then we'll stick them on our plate. Hello again, and we're on to the final bit. So now we've cut out all our creatures and our seaweed. We can put together our scene. So it is a little bit fiddly doing the cutting, and you could perhaps just draw them straight onto the plate, but I think the effects of drawing and then cutting them out, it's a really lovely effect when it's finished. And it does take a lot of effort, but it looks fantastic at the end. And also it's good to practice cutting out. And you can always ask a grown-up to help you if you need a little bit of help, because some of them are super fiddly. Okay, so before I glue, I'm going to actually just arrange my scene. Put some pebbles down and see how I want it to look in case I change my mind. I'm going to put my pebbles at the bottom. I'm going to add my coral there. And my seaweed. I'm going to put my seaweed there, and I think I might cover it with some pebbles at the bottom as well. I'm going to put my shells here at the bottom as well. I can cover them up. I'm going to put my jellyfish floating up here. I'm going to put my seahorse there. My fish up here. And I'm going to put my starfish somewhere along the bottom. So once you've done that, you can glue and put them on. And remember, if you want to add any other animals, you can do. And if you want to add a shark or a dolphin, I have actually got a tutorial on how to draw both. If you want to just have a go at drawing animals for the under the sea, go for it. I've also got a mermaid tutorial if you wanted to add a mermaid into your underwater scene. I just think the effect, it just looks so much better than if you just draw them on. Okay, let's shift these pebbles out of the way. I'm going to add some seaweed. And then put the glue actually on the plate here to add my little pebbles. And remember, you might want to add more seaweed. You might want to do more shells. I'm going to pour, actually I'll put the shell there. I'm going to add the coral. Add the pebbles. And then I've just got the last starfish. I think my starfish can go in the middle there. Move my shell up, and there we have it. Our underwater sea scene. So it looks like now we're in our submarine and we're looking out the window and we can see all under the sea. So enjoy, and like I say, it might seem like a lot of hard work, but in the end your finished product looks absolutely fantastic. So if you do, have a go, post your pictures and let me see what yours look like. Enjoy!